Hello and welcome to the March 23rd, 2025 Massachusetts Pirate Party member meeting. My name's James O'Keefe, resident of Somerville and party chair. Others, please identify.
Steve Revelak, Arlington.
Eli McGee, Leominster.
Thank you. Also, Joe said that he would not be able to attend today. Hopefully all is well with him. And looking forward to seeing him in 2 weeks. So, is there anything to add to this agenda? Hearing nothing, let's proceed. All right. So for reports, there's yeah, a lot of it was kind of getting this together, and you know, updating our list of news events about the administrative coup. So yay. Gonna focus on other things and try to be less distracted. Um, so that's at least that's me. Anyone else have anything to report?
Nothing here.
Nothing yet.
All right, thanks. Um, Actually, in Cambridge, there was a city council meeting where they were going and deciding whether to approve the police department slash town city managers surveillance ordinance reports. It's unclear as to whether those were actually approved. Um, so we'll see there. The public safety meeting is in the middle of waiting on the police department to actually put together some policies, not just, hey, trust us, we're going to use it the right way. So yeah, we'll see. All right, so I did, thanks to the folks who helped edit it, I put together a statement on the um, urging the Trump administration to free Mahmoud Khalil. He's basically a permanent resident in New York City who was picked up by ICE because, they don't like what he says. So, yeah, free speech. What's that? And now he's in an ICE detention facility somewhere away from, his American wife and who's pregnant with their first child. So, yeah, we're so much in favor of supporting families here. So I put it together, but I didn't get enough people to say, yeah, this is what we wanted to do. And we wanted to sign off on that. So I just wanted to kind of close the circle to see if this is something that um, we want to make one of our positions as opposed to make an official statement by us as opposed to just kind of me and a bunch of others. I guess me in my capacity as one of the spokespersons for the party. So, uh,
I'm in favor. I did notice that there's a double period at the very end, and
ooh,
suggest removing that. But otherwise, I think it looks good.
that is a friendly amendment. Yeah, absolutely. Um, I don't know if you want to take some more time to uh, look it over there, Eli.
I haven't had a chance to read it in full, but I overall agree with the message of it. So
Okay.
I agree.
All right then. So then okay. So we all agree. Then it shall be a statement. I'll update it to reflect that, and probably put together some more on how you can help. I know I updated some of this stuff down here. Um, yeah, I think this is something that I added when I found out about that. So, Thank you. Thank you for that. Okay, so couple other events came, at least got notified of a couple of events. As always, there's the various Tesla takedowns and other nonviolent protest opposing uh, the the Trump-Musk efforts. There's two events in June: the Boxborough Pfeiffer's Day, which we did last year. Um, Thank you, Steve, for getting back that you'd be willing to do that. And then whether we wanted to have a table and or march in the June 13th Boston Dyke March. So I just wanted to throw these out to see if how folks were feeling about whether we wanted to either get a table or just support, or what we should do for these three events. I guess I'll just open it up to discussion.
So, in terms of Tesla takedowns, was not able to go this week, but I did make it last week. There were about 350 people, and one counter demonstrator. It was
This is in Boston, right?
right, and it was, it was a good event. And it seemed to be reasonably well received by some of the passersby. And I will continue to participate in these as as I am able to, but I'm supportive of that. I'm cool with the Boston Pfeiffer's Day, and the June 13th. I have to see if anything is on my schedule for that day. But I support the idea of tabling at the Boston Dyke March.
Okay.
I've never been to it, but it's always a good time to start, right?
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, I don't think we've done any Pride slash Dyke March stuff since like 2018, sadly. So it'd be good to get back to that. It's been too long. Um, Eli, what are your thoughts?
I think going to all three would be a good idea.
Okay, cool. Um, So I mean, only one of them costs money. So I guess I'll just ask, are we okay with spending $40 to $60 for a table for the Boston Dyke March?
I think that's reasonable.
I agree.
Okay. All right, thank you. I'll put together something about supporting the Tesla takedowns. I know the previous newsletter had some stuff about that, so haven't turned that into a blog post yet, but I'll do that this week and add something about that. Get your nonviolent protests on. So and put information about the two events and sign up forms for those. And also, yeah, I can fill out the form and for both events, the March and the Pfeiffer's Day, and see. All right, thank you. So next on the agenda are various bills to review. The only one that I know is pressing is the Location Shield Act. That is a hearing in early April, I hear. Um, the others I don't know. Um, I updated all of the um, bill numbers. The right to repair, these are the digital right to repair bills. Um, this is disclosure notice in the right to repair motor vehicle law. And then this one I thought was really good. It is, yeah, wheelchair repair. Like, yes, you should be able to repair your wheelchair. Jeepers. It's just amazing to me. It's like your tractor, your wheelchair, your whatever, your switch. I don't care. Um, So, yeah, I don't know if we want to look through the Location Shield Act and see, and just kind of, since that one is actually coming up, it would be, and we did last year. So, I mean, I don't know. I don't believe the text has changed markedly. So if we want to just carry that over, um, or if we want to like look it over and make sure it hasn't changed dramatically. Um,
Yeah, I have not had. Arlington is in warrant article hearing stage, so I have not had time to look at any of these bills over the last couple of weeks.
yeah, understood. Uh, okay, so I think that's it. Shall be unlawful for a covered entity to collect or process an individual's location information except for a permissible purpose. What is the permissible purpose? Do they define? Ah, there we go. Provision of a product or service feature to the individual, initiation, management, execution, or completion of a financial or commercial transaction, or fulfill an order, compliance with the obligation of federal and state law. Man, yeah, okay. Response to emergency service agency. I mean, I feel like this is boilerplate, but man, in light of things, like, I mean, as long as there's a warrant requirement, I suppose, you got to trust the judges. But hey, this is the country where, you don't get to see real judges if you're an immigrant. So you go to the special courts. Um, okay, so if you're sending ads, ooh, I like opt out. Oh, I should never be opt out. Should always be opt in. Um, okay, so data retention is 1 year unless the individual revokes consent. Well, that's how do we define necessary to carry out the permissible purpose? If I'm scrolling through this too quickly, tell me. I'll slow down. Mm, oh, that's good. Dang. Takes a year. Anyway, so there's the text. How does that look?
Well, it's a long one.
I mean, I believe it covers what was done last in the previous session.
Mhm.
The private right of action, there can only retain it for a limited time and for the particular purpose, so they can't buy and sell the data. Um,
Consent provided shall expire after 1 year.
yeah, so they got to keep asking you.
Mm-hmm.
Is this something we can ask? We can suggest to our supporters? Yes, we'd like you to contact your legislator and get them to adopt this.
I think so. Granted, I'm just doing a cursory read,
Right.
but um, it seems to have there's at least the general controls in here seem to be right. You need informed consent. You have to collect the thing for a specific purpose. You can't use it for other purposes. You can't retain it longer than necessary to carry out, you can't retain it for longer than necessary. You can't sell it. Um,
Government can't sell it.
mhm.
Thought that was funny. Best to cover everything.
Yeah. So who is actually? So the one case is what is the definition of covered entity?
That's a good question. And
All
in
right.
any individual, partnership, corporation, limited liability company, association, or other group, however organized, a covered entity does not include a state or local government agency or any court of Massachusetts, a clerk of the court, or judge or justice thereof. A covered entity does not include any individual acting in a non-commercial context. A covered entity includes all agents of the entity. So we would not be a covered entity because we are a non-commercial. Well, actually, a covered entity doesn't include an individual acting in non. So actually, no, it does include us.
Yes, but we also don't collect location data.
This is true. This is true. Should we feel so inclined, which we really don't want to.
Yeah, I think this seems. I think it's worth supporting.
All right, Eli, what do you think? Do we support it?
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, we should support it.
Great. Then I agree. So the three of us all say we should support it. So there's that. Okay. Do we want to look at any of these others or punt them to the next one? Any of these things that are anything we can just look at and be like, yeah, definitely. do that? Or do we want to look at these in more detail? I feel like the digital right to repair bills are probably ones that we could support.
Yeah, I think let's do a schedule where we look at two per meeting, and with giving preference to things that have upcoming hearings scheduled. So let's pick a right to repair bill and have a look at that.
For now?
Yeah.
Sure. Ooh, this is long. So this is, yeah, consumer electronic device repair. Section 1 is used in this chapter. The following terms shall, unless the context clearly requires otherwise, have the following meanings. They define authorized repair provider, consumer electronic device, documentation, manual, diagram. Actually, what do they define as consumer electronic? All right, so computer, Nintendo Switch, all of that. Your camera, it's good as CPU. Well, the new ones at least. 40-year-old Leica probably doesn't, or Nikon. Fair and reasonable terms. Obtaining a part or tool or documentation means costs and terms that are equivalent to the most favorable costs and terms under which the manufacturer offers the part, tool, or documentation to an authorized repair provider, accounting for any discount, rebate, convenient, timely. Da 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 da. Okay. Independent repair provider is defined. Manufacturer is defined. Owner, so the person who buys the portable wireless device. Oh, so it has to be portable wireless. Interesting.
So
So not
I'm
your
notice.
desktop computer?
Well, actually, take a look at section 12, which lists exemptions. So basically, it looks like things that store electricity generated from solar panels are exempt.
Hmm. Okay. Or never been retailed.
Electric vehicle chargers are exempt. Doesn't apply to utility equipment, farm or agricultural equipment, but yeah. So all right. So these are just narrowing. Okay.
Yeah, I think it's more geared towards consumer electronics.
Mm-hmm.
The idea is that, like, there's already a law for motor vehicles,
Mm-hmm.
right? Um, oh, that's interesting. Nothing in this chapter shall require any original manufacturer or authorized repair provider to make available any parts, tools, or documentation required for the diagnosis, maintenance, or repair of a video game console and its components and peripherals. Well, that doesn't seem right. So basically, video game. So what's covered if you're not, well, like phones would be my guess. Well, I don't know. Let's see. Okay, so yeah, I think that's this owner's authorization requirement is, I think, just the same thing as um the car repair law. Oh, oh, that's interesting. Really kind of funny because literally you can go and take most any like Wi-Fi access point and just literally take
Mhm.
open source software and flash it. I mean, okay. I guess you can't go and have someone solder or something onto it. Okay,
This
so
one
it
may
doesn't
need
cover farm equipment.
mhm.
Yeah.
This one may need a little more time to digest. There's a bit of subtlety to it.
Yeah, what do they define as? Okay, so here's consumer electronic device, tangible personal property, so not business, personal family or household purposes. It's sold, used, applied. Hmm. Yeah, I'm okay with taking a little more time to digest this. I mean, there are a lot of exemptions. I think the aim is to have it focused on things like phones,
Mhm.
um, but like laptops, phones, stuff like that. But you know, there's a lot of exemptions in there. So, all right, so hold off on this.
Yeah.
All right, well, we can maybe next time we can look at those since we've kind of put some effort into that. I'll move those up. Eli, any U.S. pirate party issues of which we should be aware?
The national conference, the location of it has been chosen as well as the days. It is, I forget the exact name of the ship off the top of my head, but it is going to be held on a ship in San Francisco. And it's going to be July 4th to the 6th, I believe.
Cool. Uh, should we start telling our members about that? Any reason not to?
I don't think anything is specifically planned out like schedule wise other than the days, but it doesn't hurt to get a little advertising out of the way.
Hmm. Yeah, I
Yeah,
agree.
just
No, yeah, no objections to spreading the word.
cool. All right. So uh, I was as I deal with my audio issues and in terms of recording this, I thought maybe we could do Big Blue Button, but instead of till such time as I can get this stupid thing to work, until and basically view it as more audio. So the video portion will be more of here's this article we're looking at, and we can discuss it as we look at the article. Um, and then in that way, we'll be able to discuss it, but it'll be more focused on audio. And then the nice thing is if we do it as audio, we could turn it into, a real podcast, which may get, more play if it's not, YouTube's algorithms.
I'm fair. I'm game. I think that's a good idea.
And then try and do it every other week. So we would start next week.
Okay.
So it would be, we'd alternate these meetings and Pirate News every 2 weeks. Is that fine with you, Eli?
Yeah, that works with me.
All right. And then for local campaigns and voter outreach, no update on that, sad to say. I shall redouble my efforts. Um, so that's it for the agenda. Um, any other things to be aware of?
Nothing here.
Nothing here.
All right. Motion to adjourn. There's a
So moved.
second. Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. So with that, thank you, Eli and Steve. Just for folks who stuck around with us to the very end, just as a reminder, you too can join us every Sunday, every other Sunday at 8 p.m. thereabouts. Eastern. Links are in the sidebar of masspirates.org. We'd love to hear your insights and have your participation. So with that, we shall adjourn. I shall stop the recording, and I hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful evening. Take care.